Alright everyone, welcome to another RFC Reviews. I know you're surprised, it's been a while. Life kind of got in the way and I apologize to everyone because I should have found a way to do a little bit more. But in 2022, I'm going to try and bring you more reviews. If there's a figure that I missed and you want to see that reviewed that I didn't get to, please leave a comment down below. If I get enough comments for a certain figure, I might go back to that one and review that one. But here we have FT47 Rig, which is Fans Toys Huffer. And just get a quick look on him. He looks pretty good. Very cartoon, especially with the arms weirdly out to the side on that, but on the side on him. But it is cartoon accurate, so I understand why they did it, and I'm fine with it. The thing that I'm really concerned about is Trailbreaker, not Trailbreaker, I'm sorry, Hoist. Their Hoist has been shown, which is pulley, and that has silver legs or chrome legs and silver arms, and it should be white arms and white legs. So if you're going for a cartoon like this figure, I'm really confused why you would go that direction on pulley for Hoist. It just doesn't make sense. But that being said, let's take a look at Rig because he is super awesome. Before we do that, we'll just take a look at the box. You have Rig, Fans Toys, some nice art, FT47. On this side, you just have Rig. On the back, you have product shots and some comparisons with other Fans Toys figures. And on the bottom, you just get Rig, standard Fans Toys box at this point. You also get two guns, or three guns actually, but these two silver guns, which the handles fold down, and they are actually sculpted differently. They have this, I don't know if it's a new style, but it's definitely different for them, this peg that goes into the back of the hand. I can tell you right off the bat, as much as I love this figure, these guns are not my favorite how they tab in. Let's see if we can get this one to tab in. I've been having problems with these, and I almost dropped the figure. You can see that there's a little slot right there. And I don't know if it's the paint. It just doesn't want to stay in. But he can hold the gun fine. It's just that tab will not go all the way in on the silver guns. Don't know why. On the gray gun, which is a little bit bigger and beefier, this part can, rotate, whatever. And then the handle can also have some articulation. But this one, if you see right there, has some, looks like extra plastic on it, which just makes it super hard to peg into the hand. This one I forced, and now it finally fits in there right. But he can't close his hand all the way, or it's going to knock that gun out of his hand. Or tilt it, like it just did. But this gun I had to really force, and that's the only reason it's going into the hand right now. So that's a little bit disappointing. But take that out. And let's do a couple comparisons. Oh, I forgot the extra head. Here is his screaming head, or his surprised head, whatever you want to call it. And the head just slides off. You got to pull it off like that. And then this one just slides back on. I'm going to slide the other head on just because I'm not going to have my Huffer in the state of surprise. We're screaming. You do get a little bit down, a little bit up if you have the backpack plugged in all the way. If you unplug the backpack, you can get a little bit more up than that. And then it does go side to side. So a little bit limited on the head just because of this whole backpack. Arms are ratcheted. They can do a nice 360. They go out about that far just due to the sculpt. You got a 90-degree bend at the elbow. You got full swivel on the wrist. And then you got one pin for the hands for all 4 fingers, and then the thumb has no posability. Which you kind of, I guess you kind of expect for this size Fans Toys figure, which is their mini bot size. Do get a waist rotation. You get nothing ab crunch. You do get a little flap up here and a side flap, which doesn't go up very far. If you want to move the legs up, they go all the way forward. They only go out to the side about that far, which is fine for a mini bot. I mean, I'm not hating on it. And then you get more than 90 degrees on the leg. And feet, you get a nice rocker. You do get a little rotation at the foot due to transformation. You don't get any forward or back. Again, this size figure, I'm kind of okay with that. So let's do a couple comparisons. Here he is with MP Sideswipe. Here he is with Bed Cube Outback. Here he is with Bad Cube Huffer. And they're about the same size. I mean, they're both definitely MP scaled, if that's what you're going for. And then here he is with Fans Toys Thomas, which I'll have to move him back. There you go. There he is with Fans Toys Thomas for another scale comparison. And we'll get Thomas out of there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get down. Oh, I forgot the collector's card. Here is the collector's card. And the instruction booklet. So there we go. I think we covered all the accessories and everything else. Let's go ahead and get into transformation. For transformation, first we'll bring in Mr. Rig, and we'll do a quick combination on the guns. If you like, because they can combine also by taking those pegs, which I hate, and plugging them into the side of the main gun. And there you go. Combined guns. Woo. But let's go ahead and get into transformation on this guy. And this guy is pretty simple. I do like the transformation. There's nothing, no plastic that you have to bend to get things to go into place, which I like. The gold, you can see, is a little bit different, but gold is like yellow. It's very hard to get an accurate representation on, and it actually looks worse on the camera than it does in hand. In hand, I don't mind it at all. I think it comes off a lot better than some of the yellows do. So I don't mind the difference in coloring on this guy. First thing you want to do, or I want to do, because I'm going to do it how I want to do it, is we'll get these pieces on the chest opened up, just like that. Get the arms down. They'll probably pop up or something while we're messing around with this. Pull the backpack out, because that's kind of what holds the arms in place. You can just get the arms down to the side, and then we'll rotate the waist around. This will save us a step on the back side. These feet will also rotate around like that, and then get this chest pulled out, which you can get in, kind of push it out from behind with the tires, and then this whole chest piece comes out like that. Now this is hard to do because of the camera, but when you're trying to flip out these wheels, you want to support at the chest piece itself, because if not, you're going to put pressure on this extension right here, which you don't want to do. So just make sure you hold the chest, and then the wheels actually clip in, and then you can see right down here the chest is this armature is going to plug into the front, which was his butt, but now it's his front, as Transformers do. And then there's two tabs that just kind of tab into the legs right there. And now we can go up, we can close these up for now. Fold the arms back down, and then we get to work on this whole backpack piece. So you just rotate this piece out, rotate these side pieces out, rotate up the grill. Then there's a little panel underneath here. I'll rotate that panel out. And then the next thing to do, you kind of got to pull from the top and support this piece right here. And this is one of the hardest. There you go. And that just pops out right there. You can see the paint is starting to come off just a tad on those tabs right there. But I think that's okay. I mean, it's you know, it's hidden both modes. So just open these doors, then this whole thing just extends out. And I love that the front becomes the back and the back becomes the front through the transformation. Like the legs don't make the back of the vehicle, kind of like an Optimus Prime. That the front actually becomes the back is just really cool to me. Definitely like that. So now that we got this all undone, we're going to come up to the back here. What you want to do, you got to flip this down, and then you got to push this back panel into that, which is probably the second hardest thing to do. There we go. First time it was really tight. And then I also want to spin his head around. That way he doesn't have visible head syndrome. And then you want to angle this up on this angle, and this whole piece will press down. Whoops, missed a step already. Trying to rush, I guess. This panel, you can open it up right here. That'll let you see the wheels. You're going to want to push unclip this back panel, open that up like that, then you flip out the wheels. Flip one wheel out, that way you can push this all the way through. So we shouldn't compress the chest yet. But push the wheels through, just like so. Now you can flip this panel up. And that's going to be pretty much flat on the back. Now you can bring this down, lock that piece in, and pull that down and tab all that in. It'll tab right up there. And then now we just got to get the front of this cab together. So what you want to do is you want to come around get this locked into place. Make sure your windshields didn't open, those side pieces, which they did on mine. But you're basically turning it inside out from when it was the backpack. Get that pegged in, and they're just two little tabs on the front there. Then you want to bring this down. Oh, we got to do the legs first. Alright. Untab the legs right here. Flip the feet all the way up. Same thing on this side, just untab the leg right there. Flip that foot all the way up. That'll come back down. Bring this down. So this comes to a 45-degree angle right there. And then this, you just got to work in. These panels come out to the side that are part of the bottom of the foot. And then you just got to work these two tabs in along with this outer tab up here. Get that all tabbed in, and it tabs in very nicely once you get it in. Tab that side tab in. Same thing on this side. Get that tabbed in. Make sure this is all straight, which luckily it looks like it is on the back side. And then these hands, the thumb has to be facing out, or the hands have to be facing out. And then you want that pin right there facing back. So it's a little bit hard to do. Takes a little bit of just maneuvering. Let's see if we can get this one lined up. There. There. Just like that. So you have those pins facing back and the thumbs facing back with the fingers facing out. You can come out to the side, just flip the top of the shoulders in just like that. And then on the back you want to flip one of these down, and then you can bring the other one around. Then bring this one around. And there you go. There you have Huffer in his vehicle mode. And that went much easier before I started recording, but that's what happens every time. Just make sure he's all plugged in. Some things tend to come undone, but he looks pretty good. And you know, he rolls pretty well. I really like him. I don't think there's, you know, they probably could have done a little better job. If they want to say super tune, I'm fine with that. Just, you know, make that hoist white for me. Be a lot happier about that. The gun can plug in if you want. They need to fix how these guns tab in on him, though, because that is the worst part. They can angle up so he can shoot over or into the sky, however you want to do. But yeah, there's Huffer. Let's go ahead and get him into, or let's go ahead and get some comparisons. And the only thing I really have in vehicle mode to compare it to is Sideswipe. So there he is with Sideswipe. You can see he is definitely a lot taller, as this truck should be. And he is pretty much just as wide But yeah, there you go. Thank you for tuning in and bearing with me on this review. It's been the first one probably in, a year or two. So thank you guys for still supporting the channel. Make sure you comment down below. Hit the like, hit the notification thing. That way you know when I have new reviews coming up. Because there are a ton of figures I have coming in right now. Which is, everything seems to hit right after the new year. So this is going to be the rush before Chinese New Year. And then once Chinese New Year hits, it'll slow down again. But if you like the review, leave a comment. If you want to see a figure I can, I might have in the backlog that you want reviewed, leave that in the comments. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Just leave a comment on something. It doesn't even matter what it is. Just leave some comments. It helps the channel. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.